Heritage Month starts this week, actually starts Friday. It's also the 70th anniversary of the civil rights case Mendez versus Westminster, the case that made California actually the first state to end segregations in school. Sandra Robbie is here to talk about a new program to raise awareness. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me here.
So when we talk about this case, this is something that's not really being emphasized in our public schools.
Absolutely. Mendez versus Westminster took place during World War II, and it had the impact of making California the first state to end segregation, and it actually paved the way to Brown versus Board of Education.
I was going to say that's the one that our school kids learn about, and that's the one historically that we've been focused on, but the movement started here in California, and that's part of what you're doing, is creating awareness about this.
Absolutely. I grew up in Westminster, and when I learned about this case, it blew my mind, because here I had gone to schools and college and never learned about it. And it wasn't until I was a mom with small children of my own that there was a school being built named in honor of the Mendez family. And as I was reading this news article, Thurgood Marshall was involved, Earl Warren was involved, and there was segregation just like what happened in the American South all across the Southwest. And at that moment, I knew by the time I was done, everybody's going to know about Mendez.
Right, and you did a documentary on it, an Emmy Award-winning documentary, and now you've started this new program, and you have the bracelets that go.
Yes.
Tell us what this is all about.
So, well, we got two things. Most people don't even know when Hispanic Heritage Month is, and most people don't know about Mendez versus Westminster. So, California has voted Mendez into the new ethnic studies guidelines. So teachers can teach Mendez, but if they don't know it, they can't teach it. So this is actually a couple of projects, but Random Active Mendez aims to start a new tradition during Hispanic Heritage Month where people who purchase a bracelet, a portion of the sales is going to go to help bring teachers to California to learn about Mendez versus Westminster, to take it back to their schools. And a Random Active Mendez bracelet, actually when they purchase the bracelet, they get two bracelets, one for themselves and one for them to give to somebody in the community who they catch doing a Random Active Mendez. And a Random Act of Mendes is defined as an act of peace, equity education, act of kindness, courage, excellent community engagement. And it's inspired by the idea that people whose names you may never see in history books contribute to the freedoms we have every day. That court cases start over something as simple as not being served cake, not being able to sit where you want on the bus. So every day when we go to Target and we come home and we're putting our groceries away, everybody from the people in the parking lot to the person that checked you out made that happen. And we need to acknowledge each other in valuing what American freedom is all about. So Random Active Mendez is starting this year. We have bracelets for sale on Etsy, and also we're going to be at the Dragonfly in Old Town Orange. Chapman University is purchasing 350 sets of bracelets to give to their students so that they can practice Random Active Mendez and celebrate peace and freedom in our communities.
What do you want people to think about when they see one of these bracelets, or when they give one of these bracelets?
Well, I want people to acknowledge that everyone leads exactly from where you are, and that the actions that you take are a model of who you can be and who we can be as a nation. That it's a symbol to believe in all that we are and all that we can be. And on the inside of the bracelets, when they give them, I'm hoping that people will post as well to hashtag Random Active Mendez. And on the back of the bracelet every year, the Mendez case took place during World War II. And the Mendez family moved to Westminster to lease land from a Japanese family that was being interned during World War II. So every year on the back of the bracelet, we're going to connect to a different group whose history either directly connects to the Mendez story, or something that's going on today. So this year, the back of the bracelet has the symbol for friend in Japanese, which is to pay homage to the Munemitsu family and the 100,000 Japanese families that were interned during World War II. And so I hope that when people see Random Active Mendez, they see we're blowing down the walls to show how we're all connected every day.
Yeah, so much going on in the world. It's important to recognize the good as well. Sandra, thank you so much. For more information about Hispanic Heritage Month, just go to our website. It is kcal9.com. Click Seen on TV. Juan?